Alright, so in this short video, we'll be looking at the right-left rule a little bit more. Um, we didn't talk a lot about this one in class. So the right-left rule is primarily for us to declare variables of fairly complicated types. So you usually start with the name of the variable, which is the ID, and then you follow the right-left rule, which means you go to the right as far as you can until you either run out the symbols or you meet a closing bracket. This is from the ID. And then once you hit the end of the right side, you bounce to the left, or you go as far as you go to the left until you either run out the symbols or meet the left parenthesis. And you repeat 2 and 3. So you kind of go back between 2 and 3 until you are done. So this is the rule. The rule is fairly simple. A few notes. Number one, on the right side of the ID, you may see a parenthesis that indicates a function, or you may see an array that indicates an array. So square bracket means array, parenthesis means functions, and star, which is the pointer type, will always appear on the left side of the ID. So let's do some exercise. I think this is the exercise we had today during class. So declare foobar, which is a variable. It is supposed to be a pointer, right? So if it is a pointer to an int, fairly easy, you just do this, then you are done. But it is a pointer to a fairly complicated type. So what we need to do in general is you can parenthesize this, just to make sure that it reads out like foobar. You go to the right first, you meet the closing parenthesis, then you go to the left. Foobar is a pointer, right? So this is how you can verify if your expression makes sense. Foobar is a pointer that points to a function. So this function takes a char, pointer to a char. So this is the type. Then you go to the left to see, well, what does it return? It returns a pointer. If this pointer is just an integer pointer, we are done. But again, it is a pointer to a fairly complicated type. You can parenthesize it. So foobar is a pointer that points to a function that takes a char pointer and returns a pointer that points to an array of 24 elements. So you are bouncing left and right, point an array of 24 elements, and then you are running out the symbol, you go to the left. What's the type of this array? The type of the array is a pointer. If it is, again, fairly complicated, then you have to parenthesize again. But in here, the pointer is to a struct foo. So it is a pretty simple type. It is just a struct foo pointer. And that's about it. Now, the next one, define foo as a pointer to a pointer. Okay, so the ID is foo. It is a pointer. Okay, to a pointer to a pointer. Well, you can say, well, foo is a pointer that points to a pointer, right? Because pointer can only appear on the left side. You can parenthesize this, or you can just say that. Either way is fine. These are equivalent. Okay, so foo is a pointer to a function. This function can returns can takes nothing and it returns an int. Or you can say foo is like this. Either way is fine. So use the right to left rule, define a variable named foo. That is an array of 31 elements, where each element is a pointer. Again, if it is a pointer to int, then you write int, that's it, in the front, but it is again a complicated pointer. So we can parenthesize it, and now inside the parentheses you read foo is an array of 31 elements, where each element is a pointer to a function that takes a pointer to a struct foo. And what's the type? Returns a pointer. if it's a return pointer to something complicated, you have to parenthesize again, but in here it's just a double. So there we go. Now the next one, define PTF as a pointer to a pointer. You can parenthesize if you want to a function returning an int. So I think this is very similar to what we had before. Right. All right. So some more. Use the right-left rule. Define variable named quiz4. That is a pointer. So this ensures quiz4 is a pointer of an array of 42 elements, where each element is a pointer. Again, because this pointer is fairly complicated, to an array of 17 elements, where each element is a struct bar. Right. Now, this one declare bar to be a function that takes in something. So it's a function that takes a pointer to a double and returns a pointer to an array of 42 elements. So parenthesize it to ensure it reads out. Bar is a function that takes a double star, returns a pointer to an array of 42 elements, where each element is a pointer to a struct foo. I think we have the last two. So use the right-left rule, define a variable called bar that is a pointer. So this ensures that bar is a pointer to an array of 13 elements, where each element is a pointer to a struct foo. So you have the pointer in here. If the pointer is a pointer to a function or something complicated, you have to parenthesize again in here. But since we only have a simple struct foo in here, then it is good. There is no need for any parentheses in here. The last one, define foo as a function returning a pointer. So foo is a function that returns a pointer to a function returning an int. Right. So this is some exercise for us about right-left rule. Hopefully it's helpful for you.